You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I can do those things because I'm not a hero. I'm whatever Gotham needs me to be.
They'll hunt you.
You'll hunt me. You'll condemn me. Set the dogs on me. Because that's what needs to happen. Because sometimes the truth isn't good enough. Sometimes people deserve more. Sometimes people deserve to have their faith rewarded.
Hey, my more brothers, just want to say something. It might piss some people off. If it does, so be it. The video I put up from the people from Buffalo talking about their experience after the shooting, I didn't put it up there to be a gun discussion or a Second Amendment discussion or a Second Amendment debate. Okay? I put it up there so you can actually hear from the people involved. The people lived in the fucking neighborhood, how they felt and what they were going through. Why I put it up. The gun thing is secondary. Self-defense thing is secondary. That is an old idea. That's a 200-year-old idea. Okay? About Negroes and guns and the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms and white folks disarming black folks. Okay? It's an old idea. Been going round and round and round. People think just because you have new weapons, this idea is new. It's not. That being said, I have no problem with a gun discussion. I have no problem with a Second Amendment discussion. I have no problem with it being in this comment section of this video. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is how many people actually gave condolences to the people that lost folks. What I want to know. How many people actually listened to people damn near crying because they lost people, or they could have been them, or they could have been their mother, or it could have been they lost friends, or they had friends in that store. This is a local store to them. Buffalo is not that big. There's the number of black people in Buffalo is not that large. And this is the atmosphere they have to grow up in, live in, and work in. And they were targeted. And they have to go through this. They have to go through this grief. They have to go through this experience for the rest of their lives, whatever time they have remaining. And I understand black folks being angry. And I understand black folks want to get to a point and make a point and want to be right. I have no issue with that. When did black folks become so callous that we can't feel? That a heinous act like that committed against black folks could just go without you feeling for the people in that area. That's why I put it up, because these are the people affected. These aren't just some wanton people across the nation weighing in on the plight of black folks. These are people that were affected in that area. That's how I'm going to put it up. I wanted to hear their words. Everybody else is talking about it. I wanted you to hear the people that are actually affected in that area and what they think. Naturally, gun talk is going to come up. How do you protect yourself? Well, how do you defend yourself? That's going to be a discussion, but it's not a gun argument. It never was. How many people in the comment section actually gave condolences to these people, actually felt for these people, actually talked about how these people felt, how vulnerable these people felt, and what it's like to live in that kind of environment or under that kind of circumstance? How callous are we? How callous have we become? Is this the kind of generations that we have bred that are so callous and detached and indifferent to people's suffering? Is this what it is? If this is the black community that we have evolved into, guess what? Maybe I don't want to be part of it, because these are not the people that I know. This is not the black folks that I know. Black folks that I know, that I grew up with, that I've been a part of, have a heart for people and what they're going through. That's what makes us different than white folks. Guns are not going to be your savior, okay? Will it help deter people? Sure. Civil society is your savior. Guns are not your savior. That boy could have easily have walked into that place suited up with a bomb vest, with a suicide vest. Walked in a crowded store with suicide vest and taken out way more people than 10. Too many ways to kill people. Too many ways to kill vulnerable people that depend on a civil society. Old folks, elderly folks, most folks are not going to walk into a store all strapped up with M6 with an AR-15 on their back. You Negroes are not going to get together and walk guard over every store, every function. You are not going to live in a garrison state like Israel. If you want that kind of state, go live in Israel, because that's what they do. They have a prime. The fathers have to walk guard with AR-15s. This is a civil society. The Second Amendment is only part of the discussion. Now, we can have the discussion, but that's not why I put up the video. I wanted you to hear from the words of the people affected in Buffalo, because that's something that we had that nobody else had. Okay? People in the neighborhood having a discussion about what happened to them. And I didn't hear no condolences. I didn't hear nobody feeling their pain or well, basically being sorry for their loss. They lost people. They lost friends. A lot of those people that got killed, those people personally knew. A lot of those people on that panel have been in that store. Could have been them. I heard no empathy. You're all attacking them for their freaking opinion on the Second Amendment. 80% of black folks would have had the same fucking opinion. 80% of black folks, most black folks don't even own guns. You don't see black folks out there training left and right to actually in the woods actually use these guns or have all these gun clubs. Come on, at the very time where they lost people. Come on, y'all. I know y'all better than this. I know y'all better than this. And I'm going through the comment section. I had to delete some comments because people had absolutely no heart about people losing people, for people being shocked by what happened in their neighborhood. None. They had to ban a couple people because how callous they are. I know you're behind a keyboard. I know that makes you detached from feeling, but come on, y'all. Anyhow, that's all I got. That's all I wanted to drop, man. It bothers me. It really does. It bothers me. That's like I don't post stuff like this, because I know how callous y'all can be. A lot of stuff I don't even post because I know how you guys can be. And I don't want to subject the people that actually need compassion to be subjected to it. Well, anyhow, that's all I got for this one. This is BGS out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.